Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to review the Vijay film Leo. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Indian cinema. Okay, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I think this is the best Vijay film that I have seen in a decade. Like, I am serious. This is one of the best Vijay films. Lokesh Kanagaraj, you've done it again. You've made an incredible film. It just is so fast paced where there's never a lull, there's never a slow part where you're like, eh. Okay, we had a fire alarm go off about 20 to 30 minutes before the end of the film. And oh my gosh, like we were just begging, like, can you restart the film? And they were able to restart the film a few minutes before the power went out and the emergency lights started flashing. But it was fun talking to everybody in the parking lot because some people recognized me. Anyway, we were all talking about how we were enjoying the film. And there were some people who had been in a theater waiting for the movie to start. It hadn't even started for them. And one of the questions they had was, is this part of the LCU? Is this part of the Lokesh Cinematic Universe? That much I will spoil. Yes, it is. And the moments when it connects, my audience went completely nuts. They just saw the back of one person. We hadn't even seen his face. And everyone knew, and everyone went crazy. Okay, so Lokesh Kanagaraj, at the beginning of the film, there's a card during the thank yous and everything. And he references that how much he was affected by the 2005 film History of Violence, which starred Viggo Mortensen. Yes, Viggo Mortensen, who was Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings and all of that. Okay, so it's an exceptional film. And being that this is a Tamil adaptation, they didn't just take it to 11, they took it to 13. Like, it is so... But the bones of that story, if you're familiar with that movie, the bones of that story were so great for Vijay. And, but I just knew, let's just say, I'm not giving away too much, that like there's, Vijay's character owns a coffee shop with chocolate. And I knew what was going to happen with that coffee pot. Let's just put it that way. I was waiting for that coffee pot moment because that's epic in the original film. So, but I didn't, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I didn't know exactly how they were going to resolve the ending, but the bones of some of it is still there. But there's just some craziness too, like, for no reason at all, there's a hyena. I don't know. Yeah. And a crazed hyena. Okay. Things that I loved. I loved the little details that Lokesh Kanagaraj wrote in, little relationship cues. Like at the beginning, Trish, who plays Vijay's wife, they have a little spat about something, and she's like, I'm going, but I'm going angry. Like, it's just little interactions that Vijay's character has with his daughter, with his son, with his employee. It just gives you this picture of what Vijay's life is in this small town. And perfect, okay? But also just the action of this film. I felt like I was on that truck in Kaiti with Karti. I felt like I was on a runaway truck, and I didn't know even though I know the bones of the story, I didn't know what was going to happen next. Everything was so fast-paced. The story just kept moving. There were no lulls. It was glorious, okay? And also, I was really excited when I saw in the trailer that GVM Gautham was going to be in this film. I was like, oh, I was hoping he wasn't going to be a villain. He is not. Although he makes a good villain. Okay. But he had a much bigger supporting role than I was expecting, and that was delightful. I thought he was awesome. He plays a friend of Vijay's who tries to help him, who works for the forest police, Forest Service, whatever. He was awesome. And then Trish, like I said, Trish was very good. Vijay was excellent. Okay, like, and the action sequences were, how did I say? They were grounded. They were believable. They were not so over the top crazy that you couldn't imagine a real person doing these things. Okay, and so that just, I don't know, just added to the awesomeness of the film. There's a guy that I was not familiar with, but like I said, we had this fire alarm go off, so I was standing in the parking lot after we had to evacuate the building. Anyway, I was talking to some other people, and there's a guy who plays one of the big bads. Okay, we know Sanjay Dutt is one of the big bads, but there's another guy, and he had the scar on his face, and he just had such screen presence, and I was asking about him. So I guess his name is Arjun. You know, famous for playing both villains and heroes and whatever, but I'm not sure if I have seen him in a film. I thought he had such presence in this film. He was really great opposite Vijay in the scenes that they had together. Sanjay Dutt always makes a good villain. I don't have to explain that. But wow, like there was some crazy action sequences when we came back in after the fire alarm went off that I would not have wanted to miss. Crazy, intense chase sequences. Oh my gosh. I love the setting up in, I don't know if they filmed in Shimla or Kashmir or whatever. I mean, it's like snow, mountainy, just beautiful. So, and the music was good, although there was some montage songs where we had plot that was continuing on, and they were just playing the song over it. There was not a dance number, a big VJ dance number, until almost 2 hours into the film, but it was organic to what was happening in the plot. It wasn't like, okay, we're just taking a break and being crazy. No, it was organic to a celebration for something happening in the flashback. And it made perfect sense for there to be that big dance number at that particular moment. That's one of the things that I loved about this was it was plot driven. You know, Lokesh Kanagaraj has made a film that is really, yes, there is homages, there's some fan service to Vijay fans, and they were delighted when those things appeared. But it was mostly a plot driven story of Vijay in a really good movie, just like an honestly good story, and not just, okay, we're just going to do all this shtick and we're just going to make all these references to his past films. Not that that isn't fun, but I felt like there was too much of that in his last film. And this one, I loved his partnership. There's more than one reference to other Lokesh Kanagaraj movies. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just telling you, I came out of this movie so happy. Like, literally, I'm so happy. Like, this is one of the best Vijay movies that I can ever remember. I'm thrilled for everyone. It was also written by Ratna Kumar and Dheeraj Vaidi. Kudos to all of you, because I kind of knew the original story film that you adapted it from, and I thought you adapted it so well. Although there was some crazy, let me say, almost biblical crazy pants things in the flashbacks that I was like, crazy, but crazy in a good way. I just thought the look of the film was great. It was beautiful. Oh, there was also a fun cameo. Anirudh Kashyap plays a guy that dies. So out of the blue, that would happen right before the fire alarm show. So I literally was able to, I'm like, was that really Anurag? I was able to Google, and there was a news article with a rumor that he might be appearing in it. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. That really was Anurag. So look out for him dying in a crazy way. All right, kudos to everybody with this movie. So excited. I hope it does gangbusters. I didn't want to spoil any of the twists and turns of the plot, because if you go in not knowing anything, you're just going to love it. You're just going to love all the twists and turns and everything that happens. So enjoy. When you watch it, please come back, comment, mark spoilers if you're going to say something. But I'm really curious, VJ fans, are you as happy as I am with this movie? Lokesh Kanagaraj fans, are you as happy with all the tie-ins to previous films that I've only alluded to that were so awesome? Let me know how much you loved that as well. All right, you know where to find me. Okay, X is like burning up. If you're still on there, yes, I am on there at Pardesi YT. But I am now also on Blue Sky at Pardesi Reviews and Threads, which is becoming much more active, and Instagram also at Pardesi Reviews. You can find me all of those places. And also, please make sure you like and hit the bell when you subscribe here. You'll never miss another trailer reaction, song reaction, or film review.